What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, Blu-rays, 4Ks, DVDs, VHS even, if that's your gig. Whatever you collect, I want to talk to you about it too, because I also love physical media, and that's what we're pretty much here to do. I'm super annoyed today because I did something today that I haven't done in months, and I did film it, and I was intending to share it with you guys, and so let me show you. I've been using the last few videos this guy right here, the DJI Osmo 4K gimbal stabilized camera. This thing it's called the DJI Osmo Pocket, actually. This thing is super cool. Like, if you've noticed that the stabilization on my shots have been better, please let me know, because it's pretty amazing, this thing, what it's able to do. As you sit, it takes about, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds for it to sort of set its stabilization and do its thing, and you've got a little camera screen there on the back where you can monitor. Anyway, so I went to a place today called McKays. Before I get too far into this, please, if you haven't already subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you did, and if you like this video, please hit that like there and let me know what you think, and let's talk about physical media. It means a lot. And I'm also on OTS Movie Night. Happy to talk to you over there too. This is really my home, though. This is where I do most of my physical media stuff. So anyway, that business aside, back to what I was saying. McKays is kind of like Book Off or Bull Moose, I think, is another one that a lot of people that I see here on YouTube go to. It's kind of like that. They have used physical media, Blu-rays and books, and some 4Ks and things like that. Anyway, you may know from a previous video that I had a family member give me a couple of boxes of common titles. I pulled out a few things for myself, and then I wanted to get rid of the rest. I want them to go to a home where someone can actually appreciate them and use them, and then, I could take the money from that and put some things on the shelf here that I've been looking for. So I did throw on my trusty mask here, throw on my mask, and went to McKay's, and I did film it with this guy right here, and I was all set to come home, edit the video, and share it with you guys, let you see what it looked like inside McKay's, and there were no files. So I've been using the thing for a week, maybe a week and a half, something like that, with no issues. So I don't know what I did, but I'm going to investigate, that's for sure, and do a lot more testing, because it was actually a really cool video. It was interesting to see what they were doing inside there. At any rate, I did put on my mask, took the boxes in, and I was very happy to see. So they were, at McKay's, they were very aggressive about the mask wearing and the social distancing and that kind of thing. And it did only allow 50% capacity. There was someone counting at the door to keep the number down. And I wore my mask, and I was happy to see that probably 2/3 of the people in the store were wearing a mask. They didn't have it as a requirement to be inside the store, but they were strongly pushing it. They really wanted people to do it, and I was happy, because a lot of places, you'll see in another video, my work trip to Gatlinburg. If you don't know what that is, you'll see in the other video. It was very unpleasant in that way, as far as people doing the right things. But they mostly were in here. The majority of people were, and people did get a little bit close still shopping. That was, not pleasant. But it was okay overall. It was okay. So I had my mask on, had sanitizer. They had a sanitizing station there. So I'm happy to report that they did take everything that I had, and they gave me about $110 in credit, which to me seemed pretty fair, considering most of what I had was very common titles and also a lot of DVDs. And they hadn't honestly been kept up as well as I would have kept them up. The discs were fine, but the boxes were a little dirty and stuff. I think they maybe had been put in a storage room or something, At any rate, $110 I was happy with, and I spent part of that money, and I'm going to show you what I got right now. It's not an unboxing video, because everything that I bought is catalog titles, but it is important for the collection, and if you've been watching the videos, you'll know why. So let's get into what I picked up. Okay, so here's the first title, Tourist Trap. Now, I've talked about in the previous video that I'm doing a subgenre collection of movies fictional films, narrative films, that are set inside a haunted attraction or a roadside attraction, that kind of thing. So Tourist Trap was one I've been looking for. I wanted a nicer edition, and if I find out that there is a nicer edition later, I'll get it. I'm annoyed at this little spot here. Normally I wouldn't buy something like this, but the disc is in great shape. And again, it was store credit. I'll put this in a different disc. So this is Chuck Connors is in this. He's an actor from the 60s and 70s mostly. You may or may not know him. I'll flip it around. I'm not going to do like an unboxing and that kind of thing. But you can see it's been through the ringer to a couple of different used places. This is probably more like the correct price for it, to be honest with you, but whatever, store credit. So this is a great film, though. This is a really great film, and I'm happy to add it back to my collection. It was here and gone. This is the Full Moon release. I would swear that there was a Shout Factory or something release, and if I find that out later, I'll trade this one off. It's a great film, though, and this goes into my subgenre collection. I added something else to the collection, too, though, is I finally picked up a copy of Hellfest. Hellfest is not the greatest film ever, but for a documentary filmmaker, for me, having just spent a couple of years inside haunted attractions filming a documentary, it was fun watching this movie and seeing all the familiar props. Like, I can watch this movie and I can pick out what props were bought and probably from what company they came from, because I spent so much time at trade shows with the haunt owner and seeing what he purchased at the trade shows and the companies and that kind of thing. So inside baseball time, this is fun for me in that way. Happy to add that to my collection. This seems like a pretty fair price. It's in 4K. Happy for that. No digital, of course, but that's fine. So the last thing I added right here is Alias, the complete 5th season. So you know from a previous video that I was able to finally get copies off Mercari of the first 4 seasons of this show. I did kind of start watching it, but I was going very slow on my binging of it because I knew I didn't have the complete series, and if I got too far ahead, I would get hung up. So I was so happy to see that this was there. You can see that's the original price there of it. This is what I gave in, and again, store credit. And what's spectacular about this is that's a little more than I paid per season for the first 4 on Mercari, but this one's factory sealed. Has never been opened. So that is very awesome. Happy to finally complete the Alias series and now have it on the shelf. So let's go place it in there. Can I do it and hold the camera? I don't know. There we go. So there they are, all 5 seasons. Now I can actually get back to the binge watch and enjoy. You can see they got more economical with the packaging as it moved forward. Honestly, I'm fine with it, though. I wish all 5 seasons were like packaged this way. I would be fine with that. All right, you guys, that'll about do it for this episode of Off the Shelf Movie Night. I hope you enjoyed seeing the pickups I grabbed from McKays, and hope you're staying safe, watching some cool movies and TV, and share it with me in the comments. Until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.